Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to this week's CRM Connect call. My name is Tamara, and I'm the host of the weekly CRM Connect call here at Sales Process. How's everybody doing today?
Oh, great.
Awesome. Good to see you. All right, let's get everybody in here and situated. So today we are going to be talking about strategy. We're going to be talking about benefits and features. And we're also going to be talking about a little bit of systems and building those systems up into our business. And the focus today is on how can you use a free trial to generate, number one, leads. Use that as a way to get people in the door, to give you to let them dip their toes sort of into whatever it is that you're selling, whether it's a program, whether it's a product, whether it's a course, and give them a little bit of a taste of what it is that you do. And also manage that free trial on the back end. So do we have anybody here today that has ever signed up because something had a free trial? Has anybody ever done that before? You just wanted to kind of check it out? Yeah, exactly. And the free trial is a great way to let new people to your world experience working with you, right? So maybe you have a very warm audience of people that have purchased from you. They know what working with you is like, but it's time to expand your audience. And one of the best ways to do that is to actually give them that experience. What is it like? What is it like buying from you? What is it like being in your world? What is it like to be part of the program? What is it like to experience the product, right? And a free trial gives people that opportunity. So today we're going to talk about free trials. We're going to show you how you can set that up inside of your sales process account. And we're also going to talk about managing it on the back end, because when you start to think about a free trial, you think about, okay, well, I think a free trial would be great, but how do I manage the administration of that on the back end? What happens to the people who decide to go ahead and continue with their purchase? What happens to the people who don't want to move forward? They want their free trial and they decide they don't want to do that. You don't want to have to manage all of that manually, right? Like that sounds like a nightmare to administer, especially if you have a large audience and you have a lot of people. How do you manage all of that administration for it, right? Well, we have tricks and tips inside of Sales Process that we're going to show you how to build today to make that come to life. This is going to be a little bit of a more intense training because there's quite a bit that we have to think about, but we're just going to take it slow. I invite you to ask any questions as we go along, jump in, either pop them in the chat or take yourself off of mute and we'll get right to your question, okay? Is everybody ready to dive in? All right. Okay, so the thing about the free trial is you need to decide how long is the free trial. And if you are thinking about if it's a program, how do I structure that free trial so that within that period of time, these people get the most value, right? Like they really get to experience the value that you're providing to them. So If it's a group program, let's say that you're offering a free trial to, you want to make sure that they get to experience the community, that they get to experience maybe all of the training that you provide inside of the program. You want them to experience some of the coaching calls maybe inside of the program as well. So you want to structure it so that it's long enough for them to get a good experience of what it's like, but not too long that you're giving away too much, right? So that's why you have to take a look at what are you offering for the free trial? How long do they need to really get a good experience of it? So a lot of times you'll see like 7-day free trial. Is that long enough for them to really get an experience from their free trial? And do you have it set up on the back end where you are continually engaging with them during those 7 days, right? Because you don't want to just give them a 7-day free trial and ghost them during that time, right? You want to be giving the opportunity to have conversations. You want to showcase the value that you bring. So you have to take a look at how long should the free trial be? I don't want to make it too long and I don't want to make it too short. If we take something like, say you have software, if you're selling software and you want to give somebody a free trial of the software, you want to be able to ensure that the free trial involves lots of support, right? Lots of them digging in to setting up their account, making sure all their integrations are set up and that they feel like they can come and get support from people anytime they need it. That there is a step-by-step easy way for them to really plug in to the software and start using it. Because a free trial has to show them that, yes, indeed, moving forward with payment is a good idea. So it's a period of time where you're like proving yourself to them, right? So that's one thing that you have to consider is how long is your free trial going to be? And do you have something in the back end, whether that is through email sequences, through an onboarding appointment, through reminders to group calls, whatever it is in the back end, that's also going to support them and give them value during that free trial. So let's start with the basics here. Let's start with just setting up the product inside of your sales process account and setting up the free trial so that they will have the free trial and they'll be charged accordingly if they don't cancel. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is set up a product. So inside of our sales process account, we're going to go over to payments. If my computer will cooperate, here we go. And we're going to go up to products and we're going to create a new product. All right. So we're going to create a product. And here I'm just going to call this okay. So again, remember setting up your free or your product. A lot of these places on here require you to fill them out if you are going to put them in your e-commerce store. So you can fill all this out or you don't it's not necessary for every product. So the description I usually leave blank, this I usually leave blank. Tax codes and stuff, that's each individual. Here is where we're going to set up our pricing, okay? So inside of your pricing, is your product a one-time fee? Is it a recurring fee? Let's just say that it is, for this particular scenario, let's say it's software, and we're going to have a recurring subscription. It's going to be $100 a month. And here where it's going to say, we're going to bill you monthly, and it's until you cancel. So there's no number of payments or anything like that. And here is where you can set up the trial period. So what if I want to say it's always in days? So if you're going to put in a number, remember that it's always in days. So let's say it's 14 days. Okay. I'm going to give a 14-day trial on this recurring subscription for $100. So after that, this is all again just for e-commerce. We're going to click on save. And that's how easy it is to set up the product piece of it. Okay. So we're going to click on save. And now here's our free trial. We're going to go to our funnel, and we're going to set this up in where the funnel that we're going to sell it in. Okay. So I'm just going to find, I have one that's just like a simple funnel. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. Here it is. Okay. So I'm actually going to move this down here, and all it is it's going to sell on the sales page. My order form, I'm going to attach my product to it. And over here is where we attach our products to our funnels, right? And it's always on the page that has the order form on it. So here I'm clicking on order form. I'm going over here to products. Now I'm going to delete these products out of here because I don't need them anymore. So you're going to get to see me how we do that. Oops, I got to be able to spell. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to add my free trial product here on the product page in the funnel. So I click on products and I choose my free trial, and it shows here free trial at $100. Okay. So then I click save, and now my product's attached. It shows that it's a recurring payment and it's for $100 a month. All right. So now honestly, this payment process works exactly like any other process. So let's take a look at this. We're going to put this into test mode. So to test it, I went into the settings up here and just toggled on test mode. So I'll show you that again because I did that kind of fast. So settings, go into the payment mode, and we're going to turn this on to test. So you toggle it to test, and it will say live or test. So you just toggle it to test and save it. And now I'm just going to show you what this looks like when we test it. So I'm just going to test it from the order form page. And we're just going to walk through. Okay, so this one, I have a order bump set up on the order form, but just ignore that. So this, see how it's showing? Free trial, $0. $0. So you're being charged $0, but you're still being asked for the credit card. So it's asking you for the money, or it's telling you you're not going to be charged. It's $0, but you still have to put in your credit card. Okay. And so people who have had free trials before, this is very normal, right? You still have to pay, or you still have to provide your payment information so that you can be charged after your free trial, right? So once we do that and we complete our order, what it does is it collects the payment information, but it doesn't charge them because this is a free trial, right? So when you're building your pages, you're going to want to include on your thank you page, like Amazing. Your free trial starts now. All of that information, you're going to want to make sure that in the email that you send out, your free trial starts now. Here's all the information on how to access this free trial. And you're also going to want to include how to cancel before the trial ends, right? And that's just the first set of instructions we're going to provide to them. We're going to build out workflows to help with the rest of this. I see a question. How to avoid people putting a fake credit card? Okay, so Victor, the system won't process a fake credit card. So because I'm in test mode in the funnel, I was able to use a test credit card number. So the system recognizes the test credit card number. So it was 42424242424242. That's a test credit card number. The system recognizes that as a test number. And I threw my funnel into test mode. So that's how I was able to process the payment. Okay. So nobody can put in a fake credit card number. It won't authorize. Like it won't work. If people put in a fake credit card number, it won't work. You can also charge $1 for a free trial. You have to set that up in the product, and I can show you how to do that. But yeah, nobody can put in a fake credit card. They can't do that. Okay. So I've shown you what the payment looks like. It charges them $0. Let's look at what it looks like in the system. So if we go over to payments, we're going to take a look at what this transaction looks like inside of your sales process account. So we're up here, payments, and we're going to go check out transactions. Okay. So here you see, this is today's date. It's showing you this was successful. This little I indicates that it was test mode. We were in test mode, but it was a successful charge of $0. Okay. Now, if we dig into this a little bit more, you can also click on these 3 dots and view the transaction. And it's going to show you here, just like it gives you the transaction ID. It talks about what their ID is in Stripe, all of that, right? This doesn't give you a whole lot more information than that. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So it's actually showing in your transactions as a successful transaction. And they were charged $0. Now, let's go and set up the workflow for this. What does this need to look like on the back end in the automations so that we, number one, can set it up so we are tracking whether or not they're purchasing during that free trial, like if they're actually going to stay or if they're going to cancel. And how do we set up the workflow to manage this? Okay. So in the back end, we're going to go to automations and we're going to create a workflow, start from scratch. Now we are going to set this up, like call this our free. Okay. So our trigger is going to be the actual order form. When they submit that order form, that's when this workflow is going to fire off. So our trigger here is order form submission. We're going to tell the system what funnel is it in. And it's in the simple sales funnel. We're going to tell it what page it's on. It's on the order form page. And we're going to tell it what submission type it is. And it is a sale. Even though it's $0, it's still the sale that's going to prompt this, right? So we're going to save that. And then what we're going to do is we are going to obviously add a contact tag so that we can tag them. We're going to put in here purchase. This is our tag, right? Free trial demo. So that's our tag. I'm going to copy this and then add new tag. And then I just add that up here. All right. So I'm adding a tag. Then I'm going to send them an email, right? And inside the email is going to be all the instructions on how do they access their free trial. So just think about what your free trial's for. Is it for your group program? Is it a software? Is it what do they need access to start using their free trial? So the next set or the next instructions here, we can just type in email and we're going to choose to send an email. Okay. Now I would recommend like writing your email in your templates and pulling it in here this way. But I'm just going to put in here for this demonstration, just I'm putting in test. Okay. And so this is a purchase confirmation email. Okay. So the order form, they've processed their order. We add a tag and they get an email. What do we want to happen then? Right? Maybe we need to think about this in terms of, I set this up as a 14-day trial. So if someone comes into my world, I want to be able to identify them in my contact list that they're on a free trial. So I'm also going to add in another tag here that's going to identify them as being active in their free trial. So I'm going to choose add contact tag. And then here, I'm going to put in free trial and then the name of product, right? Or program. That's what I want, is I want to be able to identify who's ever in active free trial mode, right? So I'm going to add that new tag and I'm going to put that up here. Okay. So here it is. I'm tagging them with a purchase tag, and I'm also tagging them to identify them as being in that free trial period. Now, here, I want to go ahead and put in a wait step for how long my trial is. Okay? So my trial is 14 days. So I'm going to put in a wait step for 14 days. And then what I want to happen is I want the system to check to see if they have made the decision to continue on with their purchase or if they have decided to cancel. So you may be asking yourself, okay, well, how are we giving them these options, right? How are we giving our person the option to continue on? For me, I like to be super transparent and I want to give them every opportunity to make canceling their free trial easy. Because I'm so confident in my product, program, or course, or whatever it is, that I know that they're going to want to stay. But I want to make it super easy for them if they don't want to stay to cancel. So to do that, I'm going to communicate with them through email throughout the 14 days. And what I'm going to put in the email is I'm going to use what we call trigger links. Trigger links are links that we can use with contacts that we already have in our system. And they can, just by clicking on the link, it can fire off other workflows. Okay? So this workflow is not yet done, but I only want to take it this far right now. And we're going to go and set up some trigger links, and I'm going to show you how those work so that we can build out the rest of our process for this free trial. Okay. So I'm going to save this in the way that it's saved now. And we're going to go and talk about trigger links for a second. Okay. So we're going to come out of workflows, and here's what a trigger link does. We can share trigger links inside of email, inside of SMS messages or text messages. We can share them inside of WhatsApp messages. And basically, it is a link that they are going to click on. And in the back end, we are going to set up a workflow that will recognize that link's been clicked, and it will process a certain number of actions on the back end. Okay? Where do we set these special links up? Inside of your marketing section up here, if we click on marketing on the left-hand side, you're going to see up here trigger links. And you're going to see there's two options. There's links and there's analyze. So we're just going to look at links right now. And you can see that we've done a bit of training on trigger links in the past. And you may even have trigger links inside of your menu based on different templates that have been dropped into your account. Okay. So a trigger link, what we're trying to do when we set up a trigger link is we're trying to say, okay, we're going to give them the option to either cancel their free trial or to stay with us, right? Those are the two options. So we really need to create two links. So think of the links as like options, yes or no, right? That's what we're going to create. And we're going to create those links using pages inside of our funnel. So this is where we're going to create the links. But first of all, we have to set up the pages. The reason a trigger link has to be paired with a page is because there has to be somewhere for the person to land when they click the link. Okay, so every trigger link needs to be paired with a landing page. And we're going to build those right inside of our funnel that we built here. So here's our simple sales funnel. We are just going to, all I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name of this funnel, and it's going to be our yes page for the free trial. Okay, I'll change this to yes. And then we're also going to create a no or a cancel, right? So I'm actually going to take this yes page and I'm going to clone it. And I'm going to clone it in this funnel here. Okay. So it's going to add it right on the bottom. And I'm going to go over here to publishing, and I'm going to change the name to no. And I'll say this cancel free trial trigger link. Okay. So to further explain this, I want to I'll set this up here. Okay. So to further explain this, we'll build this out a little bit. So now we have a yes page and a no page. What do we want this page to say? We're going to go in here, and on the yes page, we're going to say, something like congratulations. We're going to say congratulations. something like that, right? Something that acknowledges that they are officially part of, or that they have officially made the decision to continue with their purchase, right? Right. And so and then of course you're going to set up your page where I'll just get rid of this. There we go. Okay. And you can design your page any way you want, but this is what when they land on this page, we are confirming for them that a decision has been made. They are going forward with their purchase, right? That they have made the decision to extend their free trial into actually purchasing the product, and they will be charged, right? So this page needs to have that copy on there. Congratulations, we're so glad you decided to stay. You're official member of the whatever now. Okay. So the rest of the page you would design to be that, like you would include photos that, of your mock-up for your program or whatever, right? So that's what we want the yes page to say. So we're going to save that. And then we want to go to the no page. So we want to go to the no page. This is going to be the page that people land on when they click the link that they do not want to be charged for the free trial, right? So this is the one that we're going to say they do not want to be charged. So here we're going to change this and we're going to say, sorry to see you go. You can get rid of this. And whatever you want to say in here about them, you have successfully canceled your purchase. Okay. All right. So we'll get rid of this. So just make sure that you have very clear copy on the page where they're going to land, which, yes, their purchase is going to be going through, or no, their purchase is no longer going to be going through. So we're going to save those. Okay. And now we're going to go back out and we're actually going to attach this funnel in the settings. We're going to attach it to one of my test domains. So I'm just attaching it to a domain here. I'm going to save it and I'll show you why I'm doing this in here, because I actually am going to grab the links for each of the pages. So you'll see here, every page has a link. If I go to the sales page, it has its own link. If I go to the order form page, it has its own link. If I go down here to the yes, it has its own link, right? And if I go to no, it has its own link. So what I'm doing to set up my trigger links is I'm actually grabbing the link to these pages that I've created for yes and no. So I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to go create my trigger link. Okay, so remember, trigger links are back over here. So we're going to go over here to marketing. We're going to come up here to trigger links and we're going to go to links and we're going to add a new link. This blue button over here, we're going to click add link and I'm going to put in here free trial. And actually, you know what? I'm going to put the yes in front here. Yes, just so it's easier to find when I'm searching for it in the list. Here is where I'm going to actually paste in the link from the landing page that I created. Okay. So you're going to give your trigger link a name so it's easily identifiable. And then you're going to paste the link from that page here. Then we're going to click save. Now I also want to create my no link, right? My cancel link, my, whatever you want to call it, that link. So I'm going to put in here no. Okay, and I'll paste this link again, and I know that the end of it is just no. So I just adjust that. So this link will lead to the no page. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Now I want to show you what we are gathering here. So I'm just going to refresh my page.
Tamara.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Maybe a stupid question, but how can we remember all of this, all these different steps? To me, it doesn't seem like very logical where to go every time. So is it anywhere that we can look that up, like which step follow after which one, or
Yeah.
what
So
would you
we have
recommend?
tutorials. We have tutorials that you can walk along with inside of your Sales Process University. If you want to look up tutorials for how do I set up a trigger link, it will show you how to set those up, and you can walk along with those video tutorials. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this is always a recorded session as well that you can come back to and watch as well. Okay? So here, what we're looking for, so because I have so many links in here, we kind of have to dig for them a little bit. But we're going to go and look for the trigger links that we created. And you're going to see here, here's the yes and the no trigger link. And what we've done is we have actually created a link key. And that's what we're going to use inside of our email, inside of our text messages, WhatsApp messages. This is what we're going to use as our link for them to be able to decide if they want to continue their trial or continue with their purchase or not, right? We don't have to remember this. I'm just showing you what this is, what we've created, what it kind of looks like, okay? So we've created those trigger links. And how do we set those up in the email now? So now we're going to create a template that's going to be sent out to the people who are still with us in a free trial. Okay. So here over in the marketing section, we go back up to emails and to templates. And we're going to create a brand new template. Actually, you know what? I'm going to clone a template because yeah, I'm just going to clone this one just because it will be faster than recreating from start. So I'm just going to clone this email template and I'm going to say free trial demo. Okay, so we're just going to call it this, okay? So now I'm going to open this email. And your email, oh, this actually worked out good. Okay, so your email is basically going to say in here that their trial expires in 2 days, right? And you can make it much fancier than this, right? You will be charged $100 in 2 days if you don't respond below. Okay, so here obviously your writing is going to be much better than mine. This is just to give you an idea of what you're trying to communicate to them, right? You want to give them advance notice that their trial is going to end in 2 days and you need them to make a decision, right? Are they staying or are they going? So I will actually get rid of these and I'll show you how to put these in here. Okay. So this is just an email builder. If anybody knows, if you've used email in the past, it's just drag and drop, right? Whatever you want to drag over and drop, you can. And basically this is a 2-column row here. And we're just going to put content in here. I like to use buttons to make it super clear to them what they're doing. Are they staying around? Are they being charged for the $100 or are they canceling, right? So over here on the side, you click on the plus button and this is going to give you all your elements that you need. So I want a button and I'm going to drop it in here. And I want another button and I'm going to drop it over here, right? Then I want this button to be the appropriate color, right? So it's probably a green button for yes. And then I also want the button to say a certain thing, right? So I want the button to say, like you can put in here, right? And then this one, you're going to change this to say red. And then this here is no, cancel my trial, right? Maybe that won't fit. That's probably, oh, there we go. Okay. Now, we have to attach our trigger links to each of these buttons. How are we going to do that? First of all, we're going to go into the text area here, and we're just going to come down a little bit. And here is where I can grab my trigger links that I created, and I'm going to put them right here, but I'm just putting them here so that I can copy and paste them onto my button. So here in the text area, you come up here and this is where you're going to see they have custom values and then they have this here. Can you see that, Karen? I'll make it bigger here so that it's, let's see if I can make that bigger. Is that better? That's better? Okay, there. So this, it's like, it looks kind of like a link, but if you just toggle over it, it says trigger links, okay? So we're going to click on trigger links. And now I'm going to find my yes free trial demo trigger link. So I'm going to click on that. And here's what pops up. It's these little string inside of these squiggly marks. That's the trigger link. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this. We're actually going to cut it, like cut and paste. We're going to cut this and we're going to bring this over to the button. I'm going to back up a bit here. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Just make this a little bit smaller there. And then I'm going to, in the link here where it says the link for the button, I'm actually going to paste that trigger link. So I've just cut and paste that trigger link into the yes. Okay. So I want to do the same over here for the no button. Oh, hold on a sec. Oh yeah, I did that. Okay. So we're going to go and grab the trigger link and we're going to look for no. And so we chose the no trigger link. We're going to copy this and we're going to cut it. And then we're going to attach it to the no button. And so we're putting it in the link URL here for the no button and we're pasting it in. And you can see here, It's got the curly brackets around. That's the trigger link. Okay. And then we're going to save. So we've built the email now that we're going to send out to people 2 days before their trial expires. And we're giving them the option, yes, I'm going to stay. No, please cancel. Okay. So now we're going to go and we have to build 2 more workflows. We have to build a work. Yes.
A quick question,
Yeah.
maybe a bit general, but for each of these pages, do you every time again need to add your logo and your email address and whatever, or can you do that at once?
Yeah, so that's why I cloned it. Like I cloned the template and then I don't have to add all that stuff every single
Oh
time.
yeah, oh yeah, I
Yeah, yeah.
see. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's clear. Oh yeah, thanks.
So then for each trigger link needs a workflow, right? We need to tell the system if they click yes, what do we want them to do? If they click no, what do we want them to do? So we're going to go back into automations.
Tamara,
Yes.
why do we use a trigger link instead of just the direct page link?
Because trigger links can fire off workflows. A direct page link cannot.
Okay. I'm still
Okay.
confused, but I'll look that up.
I'll show you here in a second because we're gonna talk about what's gonna fire off this workflow. So we are going to build out our yes workflow. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. We're gonna start from scratch. And we are going to put in here, this one we're going to title, Yes, Free Trial. Okay. So here we need to have a trigger for this workflow to work, right? And so our trigger is if they click that button in the email that says yes. And within that button is our trigger link. So we are going to say, we're going to put in the search trigger link. So here we're saying if they click on that trigger link, this workflow is going to fire. So Glory, I couldn't just put in a page link for a trigger. The system doesn't recognize it. So that's why we built a trigger link.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So here we have to tell the system which trigger link, which one am I looking for when it gets clicked. So we're going to say trigger link is, and we have to find it. It is our yes free trial demo trigger link. Okay, so we're going to say here, yes, free trial. Okay, so if we save that here, when they click that button, this workflow is going to fire off. Okay, so we're going to click on save just to save that trigger. And then we know that they are responding to that email that we sent them. And this is about a subscription reminder, right? They are going to be charged in 2 days. So what we want to do is we want to send them a confirmation email saying that that's what their decision is, right? They've chosen, they're going to stay with us. Tell them all the amazing things that they're going to get access to now that they're going forward with their purchase. So we want to send them an email. And that's what you're going to put in your email, right? You just want to, here, this is going to be the yes confirmation email, right? And I'm just going to put in here test. And you would create that template, that email template, and pull it in here. Now, you may at this time want to remove their free trial tag because they are making a decision to go forward with their purchase. So here we could type in remove, and we're going to remove their contact tag. So we're going to remove a tag, and it's the free trial tag, right? So it was this one that we added in our purchase workflow. So we're going to remove the free trial tag.
It was the other one, the purchase free trial demo. That probably
Oh, was
doesn't
it?
matter. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. This is for if they actually purchase, right? This was to identify them during their free trial. So they've now made the decision to purchase, right? Like they're going through with it. So we are saying they're no longer in their free trial. But you can set it up any way you want. Like if that's confusing to you, I still want to be able to identify them as purchase. But I also added a tag to identify them as being in their free trial when they purchased. So I'm removing that tag to just say their trial's over, right? They're no longer identified as a free trial person, and just click save. And is there anything else that you would need to provide to them? Like you could decide to, if they stayed, maybe you offered them some bonuses and you needed to grant them access to those bonuses through giving them access to course material. You would then build that into here, right? So grant course offer access, right? So you could do that. That's not necessary, but you could. That could be something that could be part of them agreeing to stay, was that they got access to these bonus materials. I'm just trying to give you some ideas of what else could be part of this workflow if needed. Okay. I'm going to stop here for a sec and just check in with everybody, because this, like I said, this is a little bit more of an intense time, and we've only got about I think actually we're going to extend this training to next week as well, because I really want you guys to feel comfortable with this piece of it. And I want to take some time to go over what we need to do for the no, if they decide not to move forward with their free trial, because that's a little bit more of an extensive workflow. How is everybody feeling about this right now? I know that was a lot. We covered how to set up the free trial product. And then what we're doing here is the administration of that on the back end. And we want to automate it as much as possible so that you don't have to manually track it, right? Let me just double check my chat here. Okay. Okay, I think I got that. Yes, Kate, you can definitely create a pipeline and track them through a pipeline. Yeah. So Kate mentions pipelines, and I love to track customer journeys in pipelines. And this would be a perfect example to do that. So in a pipeline, you're going to have different stages, right? Which stage of this process is your person in? So if they signed up for the free trial, they would be in this bucket, right? If they decided to move forward with their purchase, they would be in this bucket. If they decided to cancel their free trial, they would be in this bucket, right? And you can also include that inside of your automations for your workflow. So, yeah. So, and you really do. You're right, Karen. It's a lot to think about, and you kind of have to, when I do something like this, a lot of times I like to draw it out on paper. I'm Gen X. I'm very much a pen and paper girl, and I like to draw these things out on paper just so I can visually see, what do I need to build? What are all the assets I have to create, like all the emails that I have to write? Like Kate mentioned, should I use a pipeline to track everything? So sometimes drawing it out helps me. If you're good with like Canva or something like that, you can use Canva to just kind of use visual shapes to piece it all out in sort of like a visualization of your workflow. You can do that as well. But it does take a little bit of time. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
happy you say that because it looks like you can like easily do it. Well, I think there's a big thinking process behind it, right?
Yes, and I don't mean to make it seem like it's just so easy. I've been using this software for over 5 years now, Karen. So it might look easy when I do it, but honestly, I can completely see how this would be totally overwhelming. And I've built hundreds of these. That's why I don't need like a checklist in front of me or something like that. It just is years of experience, but that's why we record these. You can always go back and watch them. And they are available for you to watch. I'm going to just save this. Oh yeah, it is saved. Okay.
It is the only thing, it doesn't seem to be so intuitive. I couldn't find that word earlier, but I used to be in different email systems and there it felt more intuitive, but maybe it's because there's so much more in this system
Yeah.
than in other systems.
Yeah. So yeah, there's all the different areas. There's the emails, there's the funnels, there's the workflows. Yeah, there's many different areas. What I love about the software though is that you can bring them all together to talk to one another. You don't have to cobble together 6 different softwares and tie them together with Zapier or
Yeah.
other software to try and get them to talk to each other. These all talk to each other, right? But inside of Sales Process, we do have the Sales Process University, and that's where you can find all the recordings for the office hours. So just get signed up for Sales Process University. If you don't already, you can enroll and it will send you a login, or you can just log in here. And then you can look for the replays for the office hours in there. So today's homework is going to just be part 1 of this series because we're going to need to extend this into next week as well. So we will call this part 1 of setting up a free trial. And your homework then for today is going to be just setting up the product, okay, your free trial product. So we did that at the very beginning. We're going to go back over that just quickly. Go to payments. We're going to go to the product. And we're going to open up our free trial product. And basically all you need to show me in your homework is inside of your product, you're going to come over here to the prices and you're going to click on your free trial demo price and just show me this. Okay, so we have set it up so that it is a recurring $100 subscription, but we're giving them a free trial for 14 days. Okay. Now, Victor, are you still here? Yes, Victor. Here is where you would set up if you wanted to charge them $1 for a free trial. Let's say you wanted to charge them $1 for 14 days and then you would charge them $100. This is where you would set that up in the setup fee. So you would put your $1 here and I think you have to put in, let's see, and then you can put the $1. Yeah. Let's see if I get rid of this. Does that work? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this is where you could set up to charge them $1 for the first 14 days. And then after the 14-day trial is over, they would get charged $100.
How do you use that number of payments? When do you use that? What's that for?
So let's say you have a payment plan. And it's a 6-month payment plan, and it's $100 each month. This here, you would put in 6 number of payments. And so then afterwards, this subscription would end after it takes 6 payments of $100. If you leave it blank, it just continues over and over and over, right? So that's for a subscription that doesn't end, like your Netflix subscription, right? It's not an annual subscription, it's a monthly subscription, and there's no end date.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Any other questions?
Yeah, I had one more question. Sorry
Yeah.
for that, Samara.
No, don't ever be sorry. That's what we're here for.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, you make me think. So would this also be the way to work if it's not a free trial, but it's just a free product that is, which will be followed by buying the paid product? So it's not a trial of something, but it's just the free products in advance of, giving them the opportunity to buy the paid product.
So you can't, like, how would you deliver this, I guess is my question. How would you, so they would receive the free product, and then how would you collect payment for the paid product?
So then they actually need to say whether they want to buy the real workshop, for example. So they can say like, no, I don't want to buy that, or yes, I want to buy that, and then you charge them for that.
Yeah. So you can set up a free product in your products. Here's how you would do that. You wouldn't do it in here. So here we could go and set up a product, create the product, and we would say free product. And 0. Okay. And then we have our free product. It's $0. Here, when you go into your funnel to sell it or to give it away, let's just go into our simple sales funnel here. Inside of your settings of your funnel, you have here, actually, I don't see it here. Just let me I think maybe it might be in development mode. Hold on one sec. I'm just going to stop sharing for a second and I'll check. It might actually be, oh no, that's version 2. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. I'll share my screen again. Okay, so here inside of your settings of your funnel, it says here, require a credit card. So here you can require a credit card on $0 purchases, or you can shut that off and they don't have to give you a credit card for a $0 purchase. So what this allows them to do is to fill out the order form and they don't have to provide a credit card. Okay. Yep. So we would turn that off. So we would disable that and we're going to save that. And then here on the order form is where we would attach our free product. So we would come here and we would say free product, $0, and we would save that. And then what this looks like, I'll show you. I'll get rid of this just so I can show you that. Okay, now if we look at the order form and we walk through that, I just want to make sure I'm on test mode. Yes, I am. Okay. We go to the order form and we walk through what does that look like when it's a free product. So I'm going to fill out my name and information. Yep. And it's going to take me to step 2. And it's showing here free product, $0. Ignore this. This is an order bump that's on here. Ignore that. And then it just says complete order. And so they would just hit complete order and they have their $0 product.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's
thanks.
a couple extra steps there just in the setup of your product and then also the setup of your funnel. But if you have that setting turned on the funnel, if you disable the requiring a credit card, then you don't have to get their credit card from them. And then you can offer the product, the other product that you want them to pay for, you can offer it to them in an email, like with a link to another funnel to pay for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks. Yeah. Very helpful. Thanks.
Great questions today, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this. I know this was an intense one. We're going to finish part 2 next week. And we'll get you set up so that your system will be set up so that if you want to process free trials, it will take care of their choice, whether they decide to move forward or whether they decide not to. So you don't then have to track this manually. We have enough mental load to be worrying about. We don't need to be worrying about this as well. So do post your homework in the Facebook group. We are in the middle of our February contest. The prizes are, we still have the 3 amazing prizes. You get the one-on-one time with Ping Jun for first place. The second place prize is one-on-one time with Marcus. He'll take a look at your Facebook ads strategy. And then you also have the opportunity to win a ticket to the live event that's happening in March in Malaysia. So make sure you get your homework posted in the Facebook group. And good luck to everyone. I see we have our winners from last month. Kate won, Jodine won, and who was our third winner? I thought I was going to remember it. Let me check. Who won? Who won third? Jodine, Kate, and Ellen. I hope I'm saying that wrong. Right. Ellen. Elin won third place, the ticket to the retreat. So amazing work, you guys. Congratulations to the winners. And keep up the good work. Post those in there. Then post those in the Facebook group, and that's how you get your entry in. Use the hashtag sales process wins. And yeah, keep up the good work, you guys. We'll come back next week. We'll do a recap of what we did today, and we'll also dive into the last piece of it to set up that no workflow.